I am Antonio Carluccio. I am an Italian through and through, but I left my dear country 50 years ago. Now I am returning with my old friends.
I am Gennaro Contaldo. For 30 years, me and Antonio have fought and fallen out.
I prefer the ricotta.
Yeah, but I prefer everything.
But now we are best friends. I love him.
Since we left Italy, a lot has changed, and we have come to see if the food has changed too. We are going to the southern region of Campania, where Gennaro grew up and I was born.
But this is the belt which I've been here since I was a little boy.
This is where the best Italian food comes from. Pasta and pizza, tomato sauce. It is all from here.
The most delightful fusilli made by hand.
We have come to see how Campania's simple, poor food, its cucina povera, has become loved throughout the world.
Pizza fritta, instant food.
And find out what has changed here since we were boys.
24-karat gold, it must cost quite a bit of money.
Of course, we'll be cooking along the way.
Oh, why I'm cooking so good!
And eating. Gennaro will be reliving his youth. And he'll offer me a lunch even I can't refuse.
That's for you!
Ah, the Amalfi Coast. A paradise of millionaire villas and yachts. But it wasn't always like this. Just 60 years ago, this region was one of the poorest in Italy. There was no work and little money. This is where Gennaro was born and grew up. I was also born along this coast, but my father moved the family to northern Italy when I was a baby. He was lucky he had a good job. But here many families could barely make ends meet and lived on very little.
Like my family, we lived on the foods that were literally around us.
Gennaro, what is the most beautiful thing to do? To be on the Amalfi Coast, there is ripe fruit direct from the tree, juicy. You have to be careful not to have a bath. Here, Gennaro,
Thank you.
because you are a friend. Peach is one of the best fruit ever.
In the summer, yes.
But I like it tree ripe, because otherwise it's nothing. Yeah, very good. You need a lemon. What do you do? That's
Look, take your pick.
I like that one, yeah.
This one?
No, that one with a big. Yeah,
This
that
one.
one. Look at this. Oh, that's a wonderful one. Fantastic.
You know you can eat this one.
I know that.
You want to try?
Oh, direct from the tree.
We used to eat almost anything, and absolutely nothing went to waste. Even every part of a lemon will be eaten.
It goes well with the all
That
sorts
one, or because it's not sharp or whatever. They're really...
Without a doubt, the best one in the world.
My breakfast is finished. I really look for a wonderful day today.
You are completely red.
What do you mean,
You are just like a lobster.
Lobster.
Yeah,
Why
lobster.
don't we say pepperoni is much better?
Gennaro is taking me to his hometown, Minori. It was once a small village. Now it's full of tourists, hotels, and holiday villas.
It is always great to come home.
Home sweet home.
Unbelievable.
Even the bells there. This is the belt which I've been here since I was a little boy.
Come on, Gennaro.
My mom and papa sadly have passed away. I left here more than 40 years ago, but I still know almost everyone.
Come stai?
This is my nephew.
Ricordo quando giravo.
This is my old school friend.
Guarda, la barba da fa.
This is my father old friend. Bless him.
Ok, mo pigli che sto cano.
Sì, fammi un barone.
come stai?
And this is an old family friend, Andrea, who remembers what it was like in the 1950s.
Andrea, tell me one thing. How was it in the so-called bedtime here?
Things were very bad.
Yeah.
There was no food and no work. Here the people were poor.
Yeah.
Most of the people lived on doing work in the country.
How did your mother cope with the situation? What food did she used to prepare for you?
I don't know how she managed. We were 6 of us sitting there, and it was during winter. And my mother told me, when I remembered, I feel cry. And she said, look, I'm afraid, but there's nothing to eat tonight. And we all went to bed with nothing. And that was one of the worst things that I remember.
Most families lived hand to mouth here, like Andrea's. Gennaro is taking me to meet his aunt, who has lived in Minori all her life.
Ah, my dear Auntie Antonietta.
Come stai?
Lo
Ci stai, che è una cosa che bella a te vorrei. Quando mi sempre baciamo, guarda loro.
You know, zia Antonietta, she's fantastic cook.
Mi dica un po', ma quanti anni ha lei?
Io? Indovina?
72.
Si deve stati 20, al 18.
Oh!
89.
Caspita.
Antonietta is making pasta, just like she always done.
Really, the art of making this pasta is to make a wonderful dough with just simply flour and water, nothing else. Made so in little sausage like this to have a curl. This enables the pasta to absorb sauce inside. This playing with pasta.
This is pure cucina povera, wonderful food born out of poverty. Just flour and water, shaped with an old umbrella spine.
You can see this is actually part of an umbrella and roll it up.
And it is fantastic. And you have to do one by one, and it took a couple of hours to do that. Usually they collect a few friends. And it's a social meeting, you know, instead to go to the pub or to the bingo, they do this.
Yeah, here's the pasta they make, Antonio, look.
So my heart really starts to beat when I see pasta like this, because it's the most delightful fusilli made by hand.
This is what I was brought up with.
This was also the pasta that my nanny used to make.
Families ate pasta every day in this part of Italy. It was cheap and filled up empty bellies. And the different shapes added variety.
And do you know what they put them in? On a cardboard box.
There are now more than 600 shapes of pasta in Italy.
But in the old days, the family didn't eat Antonietta's pasta.
Cos'è tante famiglie che vivevano così? E i negozianti, i commercianti, mandavano il sacco di pasta di 50 kg a ogni famiglia.
Ah, sì?
Io sempre il conto, 50 kg di pasta erano piatti. E i soldi e si compravano pasta, compravano tutta la pasta.
Interesting. So they were making this pasta as a luxury. They were bringing them to the vendors, and they were paid money in kilos and so on. And with the money they were buying the other pasta and beans and so on to have the very simple meal. So this was literally sort of a trade.
Cucina povera is all about making the most of everything.
And Antonietta never throws anything away. And she's a genius with the leftovers.
Antonietta now has prepared something very, very special for us. This is the famous pane cotto, leftover bread, cooked with the tomatoes, and then, if they had a little bit of parmesan as well. And it is a delightful soup. Let me see. È buonissima.
When I was a small boy, we rarely had meat. But we did keep animals for special occasions.
They used to have chickens, they used to have a pig. One way or the other, they used to, they used to have an animal. I never forget the story when my father, every Easter used to bring a little baby goat. And once he became very attached with this animal, running everywhere, taking him everywhere, really, really affectionate. But then one day I found that the poor animal was hanging upside down. I couldn't stop crying because it was my friend. My father bang smacked me. And he said to me, you should never be attached to food. And I learned my lesson.
Before we leave, Antonietta gives us a large bag of her homemade pasta.
Andiamo a mangiare a borsa, sicuro, eh? Ok, andiamo, vai.
Ciao.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci, ciao. Ah, ciao, arrivederci.
I think tomorrow we will have a wonderful, wonderful lunch.
I'm gonna make
No,
a
you're
fantastic.
going- okay.
No, I'm gonna make this fantastic
Fine,
ragu, which
fine,
we used to make.
Gennaro.
I'm going to use Antonietta's lovely handmade pasta for my ragu alla napoletana. Ragu in Italy is like the Sunday roast in Britain.
So what are you doing here?
Napolitan ragu,
Ah, yeah.
right? Because it was sausages, pork sausages, which I will cut it in quite large chunk. Then I'm gonna have, this is a spare ribs, pork spare ribs, which I cut them in half. Be careful with your hands when you cut it. Then here I have this fantastic beef with a bit of fat inside as well. A bit grizzled, that is nice big fat which is good. And I'm gonna cut it quite rough. This particular one you can make it with any kind cheap cut of meat. Cheapest meat you have, a better taste, because there is inside a nice bit of fat inside. When it slowly cook, it melts, gives such a flavor at the meat. And if there's too much fat on top, you can always scoop it out. Easy, Antonio? Then I'm gonna seal the meat. Now let me explain what the seal the meat is. Seal the meat. What you do, you make sure that the meat is get browning all outside, and then we'll cook. When it's brown, it will actually seals outside, but slowly, when you actually cook, release all the goodness from inside. All right?
May I stir the pasta because it's over boiling?
Let me seal it.
May I keep an eye on it?
Yeah, keep an eye on it. You have to be careful of the shirt. Now, what I want to do now, I want to put a bit of salt. Because salt, just a little touch.
How do you put the salt now?
Because I balance it better to put them inside the salt. Yeah. Then, bit of pepper.
Double P, eh?
And now, which is still cooking, I will put an onion. Stir the pasta properly.
Yeah.
Now, I chop the onions. You see, the onions are chopped. It's very rough because you're going to cook for a couple hours. And cooking for a couple hours, so the onions almost melt. Then you have them inside. Make sure it's rough onions. Put them inside. Fantastico. And then you stir it. It's a lovely color, you know.
I know. I am hungry.
All right, yeah, but you get a couple hours to do that. I'm gonna have some wine inside. Then I need now to evaporate this little bit of a wine which is inside. So simple. You need now some puree, tomato puree. Then I will put some water inside, nice with the water. See, and now the alcohol
Yeah, it's gone.
is almost gone, so I stir this one nicely. But you have to make sure that you do stir it. Don't just put a big lump inside. Make sure you dilute it properly. And then you have them inside. Then you get 3 tins of a nice tomato. It's all chopped up tomato, look. All goes in.
Chunks as well. And
Big
juice.
chunks as well.
Yeah.
This is going to cook for 2 hours.
This, in my opinion, is only cucina povera in the south of Italy because I don't see it in the north, using bits and pieces that are not very expensive to give a lovely flavor to the sauce.
It is. That last, we're going to give them a little bit of what we call them garden flavor. So get nice handful of a basil, break it, push them inside, and then you get,
Lovely smell.
yeah, you can really smell. Then you get the pot, which he had done one about 2 hours, 2.5 hours ago. You ready, Antonio?
Yeah, I am ready.
You can't wait it. Look. And it's all bubble along.
It looks very good, I must say.
And then I'm going to put all the meat inside. Everything melted. The meat becomes so tender. The sausages, of course.
My goodness.
Oh,
Now I can put the pasta there.
put the pasta.
Sure.
Oh, why I'm cooking so good?
Why you don't wait that we taste it and before you say that?
Okay, proper ragu. And a bit of meat, just a second. I know. It looks very good. It also, even the bone has gone so soft. Because it's two courses here. You have a starter, which is the pasta here, and then all different cuts of meat, which you can have later. You can have a lovely salad, whatever little bit of juice and sauces, you can dip the bread inside.
Traditionally, pasta has always been a premium or first course in Italy. On the rare occasions when meat was served as a second course, there was never much to go around. So better for the family to be filled up on pasta.
Very good.
But lucky for us today, we are able to indulge. You can see the meat and everything is ever so tender. Oh my God. So, this is ragu alla napoletana with a curly pasta which you call ricci, with 3 different cuts of meat, sausages, spare ribs, and beef, can be anything else, with a fantastic garden salad.
Well done, Gennaro.
Nowadays, the whole world loves pasta, and the fortunes of cucina povera have totally changed. Poor food is making some of the people of Campania rich. We have been invited to join my friend and old business colleague Giuseppe Di Martino on his yacht. Giuseppe is a pasta baron. What he doesn't know about pasta isn't worth knowing.
The roots of pasta go back thousands and thousands of years.
But shall we say it once for all that wasn't Marco Polo to bring it back?
But this is a fantastic legend. It's easy to believe, but it's not true. The first shape that was invented thousands and thousands of years ago was lasagna. During the Roman time, if you were a Roman citizen, you would never starve because you would have wheat for free. What they used to do, the people, they mix it with water and they made sheets so that they could store it in their houses, flat, without using a lot of space. That's the actual origin of pasta.
I didn't know that.
Me too.
I didn't know that.
The reason of pasta was to survive crisis, was to become a storage, to become a stock of food, something you could rely on in bad times.
Giuseppe grew up in Italy's pasta-making town.
Gragnano is probably the capital of pasta in the entire world.
The hair is so good.
This here is the real thing.
Gragnano, near Naples, is to pasta what Rome is to Catholics, and has been for over 500 years. The town is one big pasta factory. Its port gives access to the best flour, mountains provide the best water, and it has a perfect climate. In the old days, pasta was hung on frames in the street to dry. Gragnano's main street was built especially wide and runs straight from the mountains to shore to catch the sea breezes.
The fresh air that you were mentioning, around 1 o'clock, from the sea is coming a fresh air because the earth has been warmed up by the sun and produces sort of movement of air. This lovely air was drying the pasta perfectly.
Giuseppe's grandfather worked in a Gragnano pasta factory from the age of 10. He had the gift. In fact, his expertise became his fortune. He was such a good pasta maker. His boss loaned him money to set up on his own. Giuseppe inherited his grandfather's business and skill.
Mamma mia.
And now he has taken his pasta global. But Giuseppe has maintained the traditional methods of making pasta.
What we're trying to replicate in these drying cells is drying it outside in the sun. This is just come out of the production line. It's still very warm and soft. On wooden trays is important because wood is keeping the temperature perfect. This was used 500 years ago, and we still use it.
It smells like fantastic bread. It is the wheat that tastes really incredible.
It is a bakery.
If you dry at high temperature, all of this disappears.
Making the pasta exactly the same as your granddad used to make 100 years ago.
The process is exactly the same. My grandfather would be very proud of this.
Especially in Britain, there are many people, they believe that fresh pasta is the best. And sometimes they go to a supermarket, they take sort of wet pasta.
There isn't such a thing in Italy. Wet pasta is only you are buying water at the price of pasta. You cannot buy it anywhere. Pasta was invented to have a store, to have a stock of food. So something that will make you go for a long time, and so it couldn't be fresh. Dry pasta, it keeps al dente.
Yeah.
And the fresh pasta is always soft.
Giuseppe now produces more than 5 tons every day and sells around the world. His top-of-the-range fusilli are snapped up for £5 a box in posh London shops.
Well, you know, the pasta has become a global product because Italians have gone around the world, like you two. You know, you've gone to England, people have gone to the States, to Japan, to everywhere. And with them, they brought such a strong culture.
That's why you get the money to buy wonderful linen.
Antonio spent all morning.
Well, it takes 100 years to make.
Your father had a secret to make pasta.
It's obviously the secret of the family. Come and work with me and I'll tell you.
Promise I will. Pasta has come a long way. The food of the poor now has become the food of the rich.
Southern Italian food is all about simple, local ingredients.
This rubber oil on top.
Wow. Fantastic. Those pictures that were collected this morning. Oh, fantastic. Fresh.
They're not all perfect.
Look,
They're
look,
all,
the juice coming out of this here.
you know, natural stuff never grows perfect. You know.
This is al fresco dining at its best. This fruit is all in season, from just up the road, like the old days. The terrace hills about Minori may be perfect for growing fruit, but higher up in the Rocky Mountains it was hard to grow food. However, where there is a will, there is a way.
An old friend of Pasquale lived with his family high in these mountains. Pasquale, like his father and grandfather, is a shepherd and lives hand to mouth like many did in the past. Fantastic, Antonio.
That's unbelievable. That sounds. It's pure music.
I believe it's
That's idyllic life. The air here is pure, fantastic. Direct in contact with the earth. And that's enough. Happy life, perhaps.
Antonio, there is no traffic here.
Oh, that's wonderful.
È buono, no? Antonio.
Fantastic.
Wait, salute, grazie.
When Pasquale and Raffaella first married, they had nothing but 50 sheep. They lived rough here under the trees. They made milk into cheese and sold or exchanged it for other food.
It was his bedroom. That was his bedroom.
Casa una tavola.
Ah,
A tavola.
yeah, here it was a table.
Giardino.
That was his garden.
Così.
They had all fennel, tomatoes, and it was enough to eat well, actually.
Si capiva subito.
Pasquale gets work wherever he can. In the summer, he picks lemons.
Va bene.
Sì, va bene.
Ma aiuto di sta?
Ok.
Ma aiuto di sta?
Ok.
Lo porto io.
Ok.
Yes.
Oi, yeah.
Every day he carries 50-kilo boxes down 500 steps to the seafront. I can barely lift it, and he does it 10 times a day.
Now they have their own cellars, where Raffaella can make pecorino and ricotta cheese. Their hard work has made enough money to build a small house for them and their two daughters.
Fantastic display of cheese, Gennaro. It's wonderful flavors. These are various ages. This is the fresh cheese, cacciotella. This is aged a little bit, but perhaps a month or something.
Yeah.
And this is aged perhaps 5 or 6 months. Or you can eat it fresh as well.
Okay.
This is fresh pecorino, which is fantastic on salads as well, pasta. My mother used to put a bit of honey on that, and we did it as a dessert, or sugar.
Raffaella,
And this is the ricotta.
this is the ricotta.
I like the ricotta.
Almost like ice cream.
Wow. Very low in fat.
That's so.
I prefer the ricotta.
In pure cucina povera style, Raffaella throws nothing away and preserves everything. And she still uses the old-fashioned barter system.
E se gli do il formaggio, magari il pane, perché noi non abbiamo il forno.
And never have I tasted such delicious ricotta. I admire this couple's ingenuity and talent.
So that's why she said that in evaporating and in drying, happy life, perhaps. Many people of the city, they would like to have something like this. But it's a false romanticism. We see it as romantic. They see it as a normal life, hard life, earning just a little bit of money to survive well. I will ask him if he has depressions. I believe that simple life is not guaranteed that you don't have depressions. But I wouldn't like to exchange it, actually, for a few hours. I am too used to comfort of the city and all of that.
But it isn't easy, and this self-sufficient lifestyle is how many people were forced to live in the past.
He's looking, for the fall leaves. He looks all his life. Fammi vedere come ne trovo uno. Fammi vedere come ne trovo uno.
Oh, yes.
Farting. He pretended to find one. He went, oh.
They are laughing. They don't know anything of nature at all, those people.
We left Pasquale and Raffaella with some ricotta for my lemon and ricotta tart.
Gennaro!
Hey, Antonio! Give me this, give me that.
Gennaro so collected, wonderful. Lemons, fantastic. Come here. Glorify those wonderful lemons. We do a ricotta tart with the candied cedro and oranges, all of the area. We have here sort of puff pastry. I sort of roll it as thin as possible. So we have here this here, we put it inside here. We don't need fat underneath. So this is the preparation of the dough. Gennaro, can you?
Of course I can clean, I'm very good on that.
Wonderful.
Yeah, look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Gennaro, you are a brick.
I know I'm a brick.
This is important. It's called cedro. They are lemons that they don't have very much juice inside, only a little fruit, but a very thick skin. And this, they are candied, and it is a fantastic flavor and taste used in almost all the sweets of the South. It's a lovely scented smell of lemon, but not as the normal lemon is, the most important ingredient.
If you can't buy cedro, candied lemon is available in many high-end supermarkets and Italian delis.
Gennaro, can you do me the favor? 5 eggs, please.
5 eggs.
And I need the yolks in this here.
which is the mascarpone and ricotta. I added the mascarpone, which is very fat, to give a bit of consistency. And I mix this with sugar, sort of caster sugar. There it is. Now I put sort of 5 yolk of eggs. Gennaro, please.
1.
Yes. Don't give me the white, just yolk. Yes. And save the white because we need it. Yes. Wonderful yolk, my goodness. Are they here local?
Of course they are local. They're all local.
You put a little bit of sugar, as you know.
How much? Tell me how much.
Another little bit. Another little bit. Another little bit. Come on, it's not your sugar. Okay, it's fine.
You sure?
Yes.
Make a candy fruit with this one.
Yes.
Now you want me to beat, I'm sure.
Beat it stiff. Then we have here the orange peel, which is wonderful as well. Now what I do is to cut this in cubes. Lovely. And we put it in here. And now the cedro. Oh, that's lovely. You find this in almost all the dessert of south of Italy. Come on, come on. Don't be lazy. And voila, this as well.
Shall we?
No, more. That's to be stiff. What do you mean stiff? You don't know what is stiff is?
Yes, I know what this is.
No.
It's all right.
Come on.
No, picking up. You had to be careful. Yeah, I hold this one.
That's fine.
No, it's not fun.
Liz, that's me cooking, yes?
All right.
So, because now is the very careful and very gentle activity of folding it. Now you fold it very gently like this. Ah, that's a mixture. Look at this here. Yeah. Lovely. That's exactly what I wanted. Because look at this fantastic pleasure of this. More substantial.
That's right.
Luxury. I like this sort of not exact handmade stuff, you know, because it doesn't look industrial. So it's up to you now to...
Yeah, to finish off.
Yes.
Thank you. It's 1 egg, but you see the color.
Yes, it's unbelievable, yes. To give a lovely golden patina to the pastry. Now, this, after you finish this, we put it in the oven, about 180 degrees or 200, for about 20-25 minutes. Right. And we see that the center will be still a little bit wobbly. Then we take it out and we let it rest. Now it's ready for the oven.
What you wanted me to do?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Shall I eat for you as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Would be nice. Oh, that's fantastic.
This is wonderful. Look at the color. I love it. I can't
The
wait.
last touch is this one, because we are here in the region of endless lemon. Look at this. Just a hint. Now this is really the proof of the pudding. Let's see. Yes. Oh, Milena.
I can't wait until I go.
Yep. Perfect.
Put them inside, yeah. One.
Yeah.
Shall I put some pears on?
No, this you don't know about that, but I saw them in the market, and I said I need those. They're little pears, which are put in the oven as they are, and then at a certain stage where they're starting to become a little bit shrinking, you put just a little bit of sugar and a bottle of red wine.
Do you know what they're called?
No.
Bambinelli.
Bambinelli, little
Just
children.
little bambini.
Okay. Yes. Gennaro, you're a champion.
Just a minute.
Look at this here. They're just fantastic.
I beg you. Oh.
That's a dream of a tart.
Oh.
Nice.
I like more the pears than your tart.
The pear is very good.
I said I like more the pears than your tart.
I can't understand why you are joking all the time silly words like this.
I love
can't
it.
understand that. It's very silly. If
No,
you
no.
like it, you like it.
Yeah, I do like it. Oven.
Heaven, not oven.
No, I baked him in the oven.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Antonio,
Chin-chin to you.
you really done well.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
No, this time you did. Salute, I love it.
Wonderful. You're just wonderful.
The people in Campania are famous for being able to make the most of what's around them. There's even a word for it here, arrangiarsi.
That is exactly what I used to do. Anything that can be eaten usually was. But even I have to draw the line somewhere.
It's something a lizard, I think.
Go.
You find one.
When I was a little kid, I used to do a competition who catch the most lizard. And I caught 36 lizards one day. But I put them all in a box, and I brought around to my sister. And I left on the table a shop, and she went, off! Lizards everywhere inside the house. I had to run away. Well, I used to respect those little animals. Once you caught it, you know, you let it go free again. Now, you don't know, eat it. Yuck! How can you eat a lizard? You can eat it if you like it. Do you know what? I'm sure if we get a big one, I'll 3 or 4, and I skew those with a little bit of garlic and oil. I give it to Antonio. She'll eat everything. Antonio, I'm coming! I know you can't do without me, I'm coming!
I've always hunted. I had a reputation for it when I was younger.
Look, did you see there?
Yeah.
There is a little bay there.
Yeah, with the
almost,
bougainvillea, yes.
Yeah, I was about 17.
That's unbelievable.
The sea, it was my swimming pool. The back mountain was my garden. The village was my playground. And all those rocks there, this is where I used to go down for octopus, catching mussels. There used to be some prickly pears, you know, the prickly pear there. I really had to climb to get some of those. And the salt, you know, after a rough sea was left in a little pools, you know, the sun used to evaporate. This is the salt we used to use for our own cooking. This is where I learned all these things, you know. The sun, the sea, the mountain, the smell of the flower, the perfume of the lemon.
Everyone should have a use like this, obviously. I was hearing passing by that somebody was calling you gancho. What does it mean?
You want to know what it means?
Yeah.
Hook. Do you know why?
No?
I used to hook all the girls. I made a love with a lovely German, French, Italian, God knows. You know, English,
God knows, yes.
so many.
So it wasn't the hooking of fish or something.
If you actually, you know, you stand there,
Yeah.
you can actually, how can I say, you can still feel me there.
So you were the terror of Minori.
I was not the terror of Minori. You know, 60s, 70s, there was a free love. Why not?
It's now,
Yeah.
it costs money now? Probably I would have done the same, actually.
Antonio, you done worst.
Hooked by name, hooked by nature. When I was a boy, I barely went to school. I felt like I belonged in the water. The sea was like a sweet shop to me. I took anything I could get my hands on, and anything I could fit down my trunks.
You know what they say? Predators of the sea like to nibble small things.
You're almost there. Surprise, surprise. Let's see what he has got.
Antonio.
Yeah, Gennaro, what have you got there? Unbelievable. Wow, look at this.
Oh, for the laugh.
Wow, look at this.
Yeah, hold on.
That's wonderful. isn't
Hey,
it?
Antonio.
Yes. No, I don't.
That's for you.
Oh, that's good. One male and one female. There's a sea urchin. What I would do without him. Yeah.
A little quick.
Yes. May I have it?
Yeah.
I like to do it like this.
Shouldn't be the lemon on top.
No. Oh, the smell and the taste of the Mediterranean all in one bite.
I eat them like that.
I eat them like that. I know. I prefer without the lemon. Then now you come on board. I cook you something.
I am not going to use Gennaro's octopus for my recipe, knowing where it's being kept. I've got my own catch, prawns and mussels with linguine.
Now, he is very hungry and I'm going to prepare for him a very cucina povera dish, which is just few ingredients, starting with taking water, because we are on a boat, from the sea, because it's salted water, and I have here linguine. And I put it into the salted water, boiling here on the side. Look, wow. In the meantime, I prepare the sauce, which is very, very easy. Be careful, it's hot.
Give it to me.
Move a little bit.
Give it to me.
There. Now, in this case, we have wonderful seafood here. And the linguine, they are seafood linguine. We have fantastic prawns, which I shelled already, and mussels, and a little bit of parsley. And we put just a little bit of olive oil.
Yeah.
And we put the chili, and I like it with the seed. People, they just eat the garlic and the chili in the oil, and it's called spaghetti or linguine, aglio, olio, and peperoncino. Yeah, and then I put the mussels first because they have to open. And by opening, they release wonderful sea water, which will flavor of Mediterranean the entire dish. When you put the lid on, the steam is building, and the mussels are open even quicker. No, not yet. It has to build up a lovely steam so that they open and they release all the fantastic juices. It's a matter of fact, we can put a little bit of wine, which belongs to it, and so it builds a little bit more steam, I hope. Yeah, put a little on.
Do you want me to chop the parsley?
You can chop the parsley, Gennaro.
Thank you. You see, I'm always helping you.
Wonderful. They're open, it's fine, and now I put the prawns.
Are you going to use a little bit of salt, Antonio?
Nope.
Okay.
A little of pepper.
Okay.
I want to taste. And just a little bit of salt. What do I do without you? Just a little pinch. And I believe it's already in a minute or two is cooked. They know that you're hungry.
Yeah. Do you want a parsley?
No, not yet. Just to cook them very briefly. Do you see they change color and they're cooked? Look fantastic. Now, that's fantastic, Gennaro. You really think of me, eh? Yeah, just a little bit of olive oil.
Yeah.
Gennaro, look at this. Now we want the parsley.
It's all yours.
Put it there. Lovely. Gennaro, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. One for you.
Thank you.
One for me.
Is the portion enough for you?
Oh my goodness.
This to the health of the entire world, and you who envy us, they have to suffer. And this is what makes Italian food different from others, because when you want to have really the original and wonderful thing, you have to add the very good ingredients, which here are available everywhere, and the fish has a very special flavor. The pasta is locally made, parsley is locally grown, and eaten in minori. What do you want more?
You're right.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'll give it a little lobster.
And this is poor food.
I can feel quite a few people from here.
Yeah, you can eat it all, Gennaro. It's all with gusto. I know you worked a lot. You can do it.
I know.
We are heading for the capital of Campania. Naples was for centuries Europe's poorest, most crowded, dangerous city.
People call it the bowels of Italy. But it was the food of the city starving that went on to become world famous. Pizza! And he was born here. This is our pizza.
Panzerotti.
Panzerotti, I love it.
The fried pizza.
Pizza started life as a piece of dough smeared with pork fat, if you were lucky. But pizza's humble origins were dramatically changed by a major cholera epidemic in the 19th century. People were dying in the streets. Everyone who could left Naples. To boost the morale of the terrified city, King Umberto and Queen Margherita risked cholera by coming to the royal palace. Margherita went one step further and asked to try the poor food of Naples. From this pizzeria, she ordered a pizza made with tomatoes, mozzarella and basil.
The colors of the Italian flag.
That simple act, the Queen eating poor man's food, made Naples proud and gave birth to the celebrated Pizza Margherita, and set pizza on course to becoming the most popular dish in the world.
La margherita era buon appetito.
Mamma mia, Gino.
Vede già dall'aspetto.
I can't
Poi
wait to
provandola
try.
sia la confermo, però si vede già dalla...
Wonderful. All over the world. It's just incredible. It's taken over just even in China, Japan, everywhere pizza.
This being the birthplace of pizza, there are varieties here that are exclusive to Naples.
Look at this here.
Oh, una friggideria.
We have a that reminds me of my mother that used to fry the pizza. Very interesting. Street food at its best. Signora, mi dica, ma ecco, questo qui è il vostro pranzo adesso?
No, andiamo a casa e mangiamo altre cose. Questo è per Svizzera.
This is just like a little snack because they go home and eat even more. But it's lovely to see that, you know, the appetite is there and they are eating a freshly baked pizza. Buona?
Buona.
Sì.
I want to make one of them, Antonio.
I will as well. This is the dough flattened, raisined with a bit of yeast. This is unique to Naples and it's so quick. It is fantastic.
Mozzarella? No.
No mozzarella. Use also a little bit of olive oil. That's it. Pizza fritta. Instant food. Not fast food, instant. And we grew up with it. My mother used to make one after the other. Gennaro, shall we eat it?
Shall we eat it now? But
Okay.
before that, can I make one first?
You can do one.
I can do that one.
At your
That's
fantasy.
nice. I put some ricotta on top, just a little ricotta on top. And then I use pork scratching. Just have them on top like that. Then I get some nice little mozzarella. Get a little bit of a tomato.
C'è un sacco di pane.
Push them inside.
But you must admit that some before, they look better.
Mine is much better.
I think we need to get a second opinion.
Fammi vedere, piano piano perché là, a me non mi pare. Com'è? Qualcosa ce l'ho, ma piano piano. Com'è? Qual è che ti piace di più?
Gennaro is a genius cook, but I make better pizza. And I am something of a virtuoso piano player too. Now, all I need to find is a decent singer. There was once a popular saying around these parts, I am emigrating so I can eat. 25 million Italians, mainly from the south, moved away to find work up north or abroad. And they took their cucina povera with them. Many became cooks, just like our dear Gennaro.
I left my hometown, Minori, when I was 19 in 1968. All memories, all the passion I have when I cook come from growing up here, watching my mama, my grandma, my aunt make the tastiest dishes. Oh God. I was 19 and I was going to London. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to catch a train. We got up all together and I left. This 100 meters from here to there, it must have been the saddest minutes of my life because it was the first time I moved away from my village and I knew there was not to belong to me anymore. I almost cry. My mum, she can see a last glimpse of me when actually I turned that corner. I wonder how many tears she shed inside there. And my little sister Adriana, she's still sleeping. I can almost see her. When I lived here, my family had almost nothing. It is incredible how things have changed. Now there are restaurants using the same cucina povera ingredients, but they are charging a fortune to the tourists. My mama would be turning her grave.
It's our last night in Campania together, and I'm going to treat Gennaro to a meal in one of those posh restaurants. Rossellini's is a 2 Michelin star restaurant.
Do you like my shoes?
Oh, they're lovely.
Yeah, so, do you know what? I can't bend down. Jesus, I can't.
With the tummy that you got there, yeah?
Yeah, but you look to yours.
No, but I can't bend down.
You know, you can't bend down. Don't
You know what is the difference between you and me? It's you that you believe to be still attractive and so on, but you're about to become an old man. I am already old man, so I don't care.
Yeah, but I'm not. Why do you want me to become an old man?
No, you are an old man.
No, I'm not.
Well, you should be. Do it again. Do it again, so jump a little bit.
No, yeah. Do you know what? I like this.
That's it.
Very nice.
Let's go. According to the price, it can be the cheap stuff that they use here.
It better be good. A meal here costs 400 euros. Buonasera.
Buonasera, Carluccio, sì.
Gennaro, come va?
Chef Pino Lavarra has created a cuisine influenced by the food of the poor. But he's taken cucina povera to another level.
I want to do some cucina povera in the rest, but I didn't want just to cut one parmigiana and send it to the restaurant. Yes. I rearranged things, I just twisted the things, but at the end it's still the same.
Ah, yes. Lovely. Ooh.
Prego.
Grazie, grazie.
C'è un pinguino qua. That's a penguin.
We can eat that one.
I'm hungry. Actually, in a place like that, you shouldn't say, I am hungry. You should say, I have a light appetite.
No, I'm hungry.
Gennaro, what has a penguin to do with our food? Ah, good. Oh, bread, yes. And squid ink.
Okay, squid ink.
Crystallized potato.
They look like petals. Very delicate.
Ah, fresh mozzarella cheese, stretched, blown up, and injected with tomato essence and the juice of basil oil.
Just like a pizza margherita, but without the dough. That's one thing of cucina povera. This was very poor because I only had one bite.
A ragu sauce, one anchovy, and one single strand of spaghetti. Not for the hungry.
I wonder if that is on the menu. Mom.
The chef pièce de résistance, a tomato that has been pureed and reformed and topped with gold.
24 carats gold leaves.
Gennaro, are the people prepared to pay?
I could use that gold to get a taxi home. Quite an expensive tomato in one bite.
Yes, a little bit of gold on your lips.
Can't taste the gold leaves. I'm still hungry.
You're still hungry? Okay.
It's amazing to see how poverty created great simple food and how it's now become the most popular cuisine in the world. Who would have thought the poorest food in Europe would be influencing Michelin-star chefs?
But we are in Italy. I don't need a fancy restaurants.
If you are prepared to be sneaky, you can get wonderful food gratis.
Where's the figs tree?
Here on the left, and grapes. Ah, wonderful grapes. Gennaro, I go on the other. When you steal, you have to steal in silence.
I steal in silence. You're the one who talk.
Ah, look at this. Let's see the sweet.
La fragolina!
This is what the best food in the world is all about. Pure, natural, no silver service of fancy napkins here.
Wonderful. I always dream of that.
Antonio, scusa.
Right, directly, that one.
You sure?
Yeah. Pass it on.
Yeah, pass him on. I feel like a boy again in a nature's sweet shop.
You are a son. Pass it on completely, eh? Oh, that's yellow. Fantastic.
This is what we love about Italy. Next time, we travel to my region, Piedmont, in the north of Italy. And I'll be going back home. We'll be finding out if Italians are still incredibly passionate about the food from their own region.
Oh, my goodness me.
This is the real Piemontese stuff.
We discover foods even we haven't tasted.
Chinese pumpkin, I can't believe it.
And I found Gennaro a new friend.
Gennaro, you have a prince there. Try to kiss it.